Well, hello. I hope that whenever this video finds you that your day is going amazing. Today we are doing a Giving Girls kit, and this one here is called Pumpkin Please. It is cooler toned. It is not as warm toned as a lot of the autumnal kits that I have, so it's definitely a nice cool little change. It is beautiful, and the foiling that I picked for it was rose gold, shock of the century. So yeah, so like I said, I hope that you are doing absolutely amazing and that your day, night, and whatever this finds you is going so well. Today's a little bit different of a video. Instead of just me talking through what I'm doing on the screen, I actually have questions. I ask a bunch of you guys on Instagram to ask me anything, and it could be about life, it could be about my engagement, it could be about school, anything at all. And I collected about 10 questions. A lot of you guys had asked very similar questions, planner related, which is amazing, or wedding stuff. So I kind of collected those, and I hope that your question gets answered. I think I've got all of them for the most part, or worded them so I can get all of them. So yeah, so super quickly, just laying down these date covers, super gorgeous little kind of thing that you wouldn't know unless I told you. I first started filming this video, I put them on the wrong side of the paper, like a complete moron. So it's fine. I fixed it. You wouldn't even notice it. So if you're wondering why the corner is slightly like tinged up, that's why. So let's just kind of jump into it while I put down the headers and the sidebar. The very first question I got was, how are you? That's a great question. I'm a student, so as usual, I am stressed out, but I'm doing all right. I have my health, I have my family, I have a roof over my head, and I can't be happier than that. But I did apply for finishing up my degree and then my master's yesterday, so that's going to be a nice little chunk of stuff I have to do, so that's kind of on my mind, but my grades are high, so I'm hoping that I don't have to worry about it quite yet. So I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. I'm feeling the isolation a little bit. Going to work is stressful too, but it's also kind of welcomed because I do spend quite a bit of time in this room at my desk, whether it's doing homework or doing class or editing or even planning. I spend a lot of my time in this chair, which is probably why you hear it creaking. I also sit on a yoga ball, FYI. I don't just sit on my chair. But yeah, so I'm doing good. How are you? Let me know down in the comments. How are you doing? The next question was, it's about tea. I mentioned on Instagram that I think I was talking about the David's Tea advent calendar. And someone asked what my favorite David's tea drink was. It's a convoluted question, okay? For someone like me who loves tea, it's a deep question. In the morning, I drink cream of Earl Grey, and I drink it pretty consistently. Sometimes I'll make it strong, and I'll pour in just a little bit of oat milk. By the way, my favorite oat milk. It has 3 ingredients, and the barista version only has 5 ingredients. Still don't know why. Some milks have 30 ingredients. It's very simple, plant-based milks, by the way. That's my morning. If I'm feeling real fancy, I'll make it a lot more stronger, and I'll use the barista one, and I'll froth it and make it into a latte. That's as adventurous as I get. I also don't put sugar in my teas. I know it's irritating. Some people put sugar in agave. I just don't do it. And then my afternoon tea, which I don't have right now, that's my mason jar of water. Basic, I know. I actually have water with NRC in it. So just a bit of an NRC boost. But normally I'll have a Buddha's blend, which is a green white tea. And it has hibiscus in it with jasmine. And it's so tasty. Little known fact, I used to work for David's Tea. Do not put milk in any teas with hibiscus. Hibiscus curdles milk. I did not learn that the hard way. They told me when I worked there. I can't take anything for that. They just told me. Have I tested it? No, but it would make sense that it does. I also really like kind of bitter teas, like jasmine, anything. I love jasmine teas, kind of my favorite. I'll even drink a straight jasmine, like a dragon jasmine. So good. And then sometimes in the evening, I'll get creative. I have a Piccadilly blend that I got from Chelsea Woodard, I think, when I was in England. I also really enjoy pumpkin chai. I just find it very sweet. So if I do that, I tend to take it out before it does its full steep time. I also have a maple chai downstairs that I haven't tried, and I think it's a butterscotch chai, but I think the butterscotch one has milk product in it, which is why I haven't drinking it yet. I just haven't lifted it up. I haven't had the time, so I just haven't proactively thought about it the time's been there. I just haven't thought about it. So yeah, I do normally like a goat chai, but only in the fall. In the summer, I'm more about like the ice blends or the iced teas and all that stuff. And like the David's tea iced teas, like the fruity ones, like strawberry rhubarb. It's so good. So yeah, this is what happens when you ask me about tea. I go on this like tangent of tea flavors. So thanks for that question. And I believe that was Kayla who asked that. So thanks for the question. Yeah, so hope I answered it. I would love to hear about your tea. Tell me down in the comments. The next couple questions are about Nathan and I. So I kind of lumped all the questions together. The big ones are the ones at the bottom. So those are all of like the plannery juicy ones. Someone asked how Nathan and I had met. We met through a coworker. A coworker actually wanted to set him up with one of my really good friends. And she was kind of like, he's not my type, but I think he's Alyssa's type. I had also been on a string of awful dates, like super creepy ones, like people showing up to my house, like text me being like, hey, I'm here, I'm outside of your house. It's like, I didn't ask you to come. So I had some really awful dates, some super creepy ones, some really uncomfortable ones, and I was tired of it, like very much tired of it. So I had initially said hell no when they told me. I was harassed slightly for a week straight of like, no, you should do it. And it was funny because it's his roommate who was my coworker, and my friend also worked with us, and she kind of held up the phone and was like, just listen to his accent. He has a very eloquent, beautiful British accent. And I was just like, if that, you're not selling me. Like that's just someone who talks nicer than I do, and that's just going to give me more anxiety. Like, no. So I very much was not for it for a long time. As usual, if you harass me enough, I give in, which is a very poor trait of mine. And we kind of talked a little bit, and we had decided to go on a date on the holiday Monday. It was a family day, I believe, in February. And I was like, don't want to go. Let's go for a walk first. And my whole thought process was, well, if we go for a walk and I'm really not enjoying it, I'm just going to call sick and just be like, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well on Monday. Let's not go for a date, and then just never text him again. He hates that I tell people this, but it's true. It doesn't paint me in a great picture, but it's just how I was feeling. And anyone who's super anxious about stuff like this understands. I was just like, you know what? Let's go for a walk. So I harnessed up Theo, who was my 140-pound, half Great Dane, half Lab, Collie mix, who has a Vader bark. Like, we call him the Darth Vader dog because his bark is so deep and it can sound really scary. And I leashed him up and brought him. Met Nathan on the corner here, and the first thing he said to me is, if you brought the dog to scare me, it's not going to work. And I was like, wow, okay. But we ended up actually going for an hour's walk and dropped Theo off. This was at 10:30 at night, by the way. I've made better decisions in my life, and this is definitely not one of them. And by the way, the little pumpkin there is from Sadie Stickers. It's so cute. And the vitamin stickers is from Simply Beautiful Plants, by the way. So we went for a walk, dropped Theo off, and then we actually went for another hour walk. We ended up going on that date on Monday. See, I did go. Went to Skydebush, went to see Black Panther. Sam's a very friend of the movies because it was the day it came out. And I had found out through us talking that he enjoyed like superhero movies. Little did I know how much of a nerd he was, but it's fine. I love him. And we hung out after that, and it's kind of been like that ever since. And then now we live together and we're engaged, so I guess it's a good thing. So that's how we met. And then someone else had asked, how was my wedding planning going? It's a nice little jump. It's going very well. The home workout stickers are from Planning Roses, and the little dung bell stickers are from Miss and Meow, if you missed that. So wedding planning is going well. These little paws that are coming up are from Giving Girl, and I'm watching and answering questions. They're going super well. I have a lot of stuff planned. Like, the big things are done. It's the smaller things that aren't, but it's also stuff I can't really do until like I talk to my wedding planners. So I have a wedding planner that's given to me by the company that we book with. By the way, we're doing a destination wedding, if that wasn't clear. We're in Costa Rica next year, next October. So it's like a year away, like literally almost the day away. And we don't have that. So yeah, we have a wedding planner that's given to us by the company, and the wedding planner is given to us by the resort. So I have a call in January with the wedding planner that's given to us by the company. She answers all my questions and connects me to the resort, and then I get my resort wedding planner 3 months before our wedding to finalize anything. So we have the resorts booked, everything's done in that in terms of that, and then all of our guests who are coming right now are booked, except for a few who want to wait to see how all of this turns out. Perfectly acceptable. I totally understand. So we, for the most part, about 95 to 96% of our wedding people who are coming to the wedding are actually already booked. They've got their deposits in, which is amazing. My wedding dress has been chosen. I have my first fitting in December, and then after that I get sent to the seamstress, and then I have a couple more fittings with her. And because I'm so tall, and I always say I have a weird body because I'm so tall, and I was different sizes kind of all over the place wedding dress wise. So they ordered the biggest size, and we're gonna have to get quite a bit taken in at different places, and some of it even like lengthened, because I'm 5'11", if you weren't aware. I'm a tall human. And then my maid of honor and all of my bridesmaid dresses are completely done and ordered. We'll get their stuff in December. So when I try on my dress, I pick up their dresses. And then my flowers are actually ordered as well, which is amazing. And they're a fake flower, but they're a fake realistic flower. So they're easier to transport to Costa Rica. So they actually come in a box for travel. And that is from a florist here in Toronto who does stuff like that. So that is lovely and easy for me. So that's been booked. Colors are done. It's small things like table decor, bombonières. I'm Italian, by the way. For the Italians who understand what that means. And those kind of things, and things like our art and stuff like that, stuff I have to finalize with someone else. So yeah, it's going good. My planner has really helped me through it, I do have to say that. So yeah, planning is going well. I'm loving it. I wish it was different because of what's going on. It's just definitely made it hard. So, but you do what you have to do. You kind of take it in stride. So yeah. All right. So the next bunch of questions are about planners. So one of the questions that was asked was, how many planners do I use? So currently I use one. I use my Aura Style A5 Wide Cloud. I have it in 3 different covers right now, but I cycle through them depending on what my layout and my setup's going to be. I am getting a final one, a last one. I'm getting the dusty blue one that she's hopefully, fingers crossed, that she releases. And because that's another one of my wedding colors. I also have a black cashmere, a frosted pearl with gold hardware, and then a first blush, which is also another one of my wedding colors, which is why I bought that one. I figure one for every season. That's acceptable, I think. But I am just in an A5 wide. However, my second planner that I did order, I ordered a Planning Roses. Ooh, doors are slamming. Planning Roses, the Moon Spiral Bound Planner, and that one will specifically be for my school stuff. So right now in my A5, I have monthly, I have all my weekly, so all my spreads, and I do 3 months at a time in there. So once December's over, I take out December and I pop in January, February, March, and then just to have room. And then after that, I have school, work, and wedding stuff. So I'm pulling out school, I'm pulling out work, because my work isn't the same job that I used to have, where it was a lot more involved and I had to have more notes and more planning things, whereas now it's kind of just the regular stuff. I have another planner sort of for that work actually gave me. It's very sweet. So if I need to put anything in that, I pop it in that planner, but I generally put my work stuff in my main portion of my planner anyways, like when I work at one time, and I put in my monthly as well. And then I'm pulling out school because I'm replacing it with Planning Roses. And then what I'm going to put in there is stuff for recipes and meals, because I always have these recipes that I want to try or want to put together, and then I forget them. So I want to have a place to write those down. And then YouTube is going to take over where my school section is. So anything YouTube, collabs, ideas, questions, kits that I want to use, just very specific things are going to go in there, because I feel like I now need to start planning that stuff, because I'm very consistent right now, at least, in my uploading and my editing. So yeah. So that is that. That is a very long-winded why or what planners, how many planners am I using. So just the one, but it will be 2, kind of 2.5 depending, but mostly it'll just be 2. So my next planner was, or question for my planner was, why Aura Estelle, like why an Aura Estelle over all the other shops? I'd always wanted an Aura Estelle, but I don't use leather goods for the most part. I never was able to order a planner from her, and then she released the Clouds, and these are vegan planners, and they're vegan leather, and I was so very excited. So I got very zealous, ordered a first blush, then almost immediately the next time ordered a black cashmere. Nathan gifted me, he was very sweet. I bought him a Filofax, and he also bought me a Frosted Pro with gold hardware, and then I'm getting set to buy the next one. So yeah, I love it. I think I love the versatility of it. What I was in before, I loved the layout of it. I love vertical planning. So it worked out super well. I am in Aura Estelle inserts, but I do want to try Caress Press ones as well. So I'm going to be ordering Caress Press ones very soon for next year. But yeah, I love the versatility of it. I love the size of it. I'm still vertical planning size for the most part. It wasn't a huge jump for me, but I like that I can have mostly everything in one spot. So I can, when I went for my dress fitting, I had my planner with me. Like I brought my first blush, I had all my stuff in there, my wedding stuff, and I have all the wedding stuff, like my papers for my dress and everything is in the back of the planner. My black cashmere that I'm using right now. And all I do is I take the whole middle section over and I move it into the next one. But I also like that I can change out the theme. So right now I have an autumnal theme. I'm going to do a flip through. A lot of you guys have asked me to flip through my Aura Estelle autumnal spread and everything. So I'm going to do that before I move into my Christmas, because I bought a whole bunch of little Christmas goodies. I've got a dash of sunbellums. I have Chilean twine dashboards. So I'm excited for that. By the way, these makeup brush stickers that I actually use to mark down cleaning my makeup brushes are from Planning Roses. Just like the home workout as well. So yeah, and the little, I think I already told you, but the dung bells are from the Zimia. And then, the lace is from Honey Inked. So onto the second page and onto more questions. So yeah, that's why Aura Estelle, the versatility of it is really what appealed to me. The size of it was really nice. I know some people think it's too big. I think it's perfect for me, but that's just the way I plan. So yeah. Someone had asked, what is my all-time planner journey? Or what is my all-time favorite planner journey? I have to say it is the Aura Estelle. At least right now, it allows me to be versatile. I have done pretty much everything. I've done the Homonichi. I've done the PP Weeks, which I liked, but it was too small for me. I've done the EC. I've done the Happy Planner. I've done a B6 Traveler's Notebook. I've done, and this is my first ring bound, and I've kind of happily stayed in it. I think I'm really enjoying my ring bound planner. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say Aura Estelle, but I feel like if you ask any planner, the last planner, the current planner that they're using, it's gonna be like their favorite, if that makes sense, because that's what they're sticking to, right? And I think once I move, it'll be that planner if I ever move out of an A5. But I do have to say, rings being the last planner type that I tried, hands down my favorite. And it's just funny, it was just the last one, and it just like, I definitely can say that I found my planner piece. The little masks are from White Ears Stationery, and the wash masks are from Murdoch Talks. That is from the haul that I'm going to be posting. I'm actually filming a haul a little bit later, which sucks because my throat's already starting to hurt. But I have a huge pile of stuff I want to haul for you guys before I start using it and putting it away. And my Aura Estelle, I want to kind of walk through the new one with you so you guys can see that when I go through it. So yeah, so that's going to be a little bit later. So that's where those wash masks are from, if you were wondering. But yeah, that's my favorite planner. So yeah, thanks for asking that question. The next couple questions are about my planner journey. So this sticker, by the way, is from Valerie's Papery. I use it in a couple of spreads too. It's to mark off my Zoom meeting that I have on Thursday. Tomorrow. So the next, when did my planner journey start? So I have always planned in a planner. High school, they give you those planners. I was the weirdo that didn't take out the rules. I actually covered the rules in photos of like Nick Carter, Backstreet Boys, pictures of friends. Like I always had it covered. So that was my way of guest stickering. That's always been a thing. And I doodle things, and I've always used my planner. That's always been a thing for me. And then once I started back after my forensic degree, I really got into planning, and then in my late, I want to say about 6-7 years ago, I got into sticker planning. And then I opened my first shop, which just kind of leads me into my next little thing. But yeah, I can't remember exactly where I found planning. I feel like it might have been in an Al Fowler video, or I found her along the way and found it on Instagram. I can't remember that far back, I'm going to be super honest, but I definitely found it quite a long time ago. And then I opened my shop. So the next question I actually got was, what made me decide to open a shop, and why did I close, and will I ever open? I opened my shop, it's been a while now, so I want to say it's about 4 years-ish that I started my first shop, and that was Planner Fawn stickers. Everything has to do with deer. I love deer, by the way. It's my spirit animal. If you ever wondered why I'm silver antler. And I opened it, closed it because I started school, and it became too much for me. Closed it, and then I decided to open it again, and then applied for nursing school while I was opened. I really enjoy it. I enjoyed opening. The reason I opened a shop is it's a creative outlet for me. Little known fact, I'm a very creative person. Music is actually my big outlet. I'm vocally trained, and I taught vocals too for a very long time. And I didn't have any of that, and so that was kind of my creative outlet. And then I applied to nursing school because I closed Planner Fawn down, and then rebranded a year and a bit later as Silver Antler, just because it fit me a little bit more better. And then I closed down just before I started nursing school, not this September, but I want to say last September before that. So like the June, so I want to say it's been 2 years, or about 2 years, something like that. Yeah, so no, it hasn't been. It's been 3 years because of the year before that, because I started gerontology last year, and the year before that was nursing. So yeah, crazy. It's been 3 years already, almost 2.5. So yeah, that's why I closed, and that's why I opened. And will I ever open? Probably not. I really did enjoy. I actually loved having a shop. The work that went into it was very satisfying. I enjoyed designing. I love the whole process of it. School was too much, and now school is going to be too much. And I put most of my attention into work and my relationship and wedding planning. And will I ever open? Not anytime soon. If I do, it'll be years down the road when we're settled. If I ever have that time on my hands again where I can pump out stickers. I have such an admiration for people who have kids in shops and work in shops and school. I can't mentally do that. I have enough going on to begin with. So it's not for me. Overloading myself, and I always say, because some people don't overload themselves, I see it as like work. For me, I was overloading, so I would have been overloading. So yeah, that is that answer. So that is why I had a shop, where it started, why it closed, and will I ever open. So not anytime soon. I am absolutely enjoying PRing so much. It's fun for me. I'm really enjoying it. By the way, the mandalas, those are from Honey Inked, and the little cute nail polish bottle is from Planting Roses, actually. And I got my nails done earlier on in the week. Didn't do it on Friday. I ended up getting my hair done on Saturday. I have a hair appointment on Saturday, but that's something else. So that's why I said my week is so up in the air that I didn't want to put too much down, except for home workouts, which I have to do today at some point. But yes, so yeah, that is that question. So I probably will never open, at least not anytime soon. And I think that's all 10 questions. Question, why did I start planning? I kind of skipped over that one. I think when I started planning like this, I was very anxious. My planner is my anxiety aid. So for me, and let me know if this works for you guys too, is if I lay down my entire week on a Sunday, which is why I do I film my videos the week before I put them out, is because I need to have somewhere to put everything down on. If I lay my week out and I kind of see where most of my things are, then I find I can kind of like, it's kind of almost like a breath of fresh air for me. So it really does help. So yeah, planning is a huge part of my life. At least part of like my weekend or what I'm doing. And it really does help me kind of get through some things, and it just helps me kind of lay out my week. So let me know planning is like that for you. I had some people quietly ask me to talk about how Nathan proposed. That's a very long story. Do I have enough time? Oh, yeah, I can totally do it. Okay, so one of the questions I got in passing, not in like the official thing, is like, how did Nathan propose? So we actually, last February, we were in England. We flew out the day before Valentine's Day, landed Valentine's Day at like 11 a.m. England time. By the way, this script is from our Fox stickers. And we had planned it. We were going to spend 2 weeks there, and it was actually it falls over our 2-year anniversary. This little YouTube sticker is from Paper Bits along with a coffee cup sticker, and this is a Sadie sticker embellishment, like foiled embellishment. So yeah, so anyways, we were celebrating a 2-year anniversary, and had no like inkling that he was going to propose. And we spent the day of our anniversary. These are from Simply Beautiful Plans, by the way. We spent our anniversary kind of together, and then we met up with his family, which should have been my like biggest clue in, is that we were hanging out with his parents and his grandmother, which was amazing. And he took me to King's College, where he went to school in Cambridge University, and in Cambridge, obviously. And we were at King's College, and I'll explain it like more in depth in another video, but we were there and he proposed, but it was such a funny, like I didn't have any clue. I thought I had a clue before he was gonna ask, but he started off asking me questions, and I was like, is he? And then he walked away, and I was like, no. But yeah, and that's where he proposed. But if you want like an in-depth, like, this is the day that he proposed, and I will totally go through that with you. But just let me know down in the comments, and I could totally talk about that in another video. The work sticker is from Planting Roses. Hydrate is from Simply Beautiful Plants. These embellishments are actually from an older freebie, not even older, last season's freebie, like this fall's freebie with Simply Beautiful Plants, and they're little leaf embellishments, and I hung on to them, and I'm so glad that I did. So yeah, so those are the questions. Let me know if you want to know anything more in depth. I'll do another questions video in a couple of spreads, and yeah, I'll include anything that you put down in the comments. I'll add this to a list that I will begin. These stickers are from Miss and Meow, and this is pretty much my entire spread. Thanks for joining me today, guys, and thanks for entering all of your questions. I think I got everything. I hope I answered yours. If not, ask them below. These cute little embellishments here are from Sadie stickers. They're the autumnal ones. They're so, so cute. And that is that. So have an amazing day. I hope you are taking care of yourself. That is me hitting a camera. I hope that you're having such a phenomenal week. I am going to finish this out and then pop a pin of how the spread looks right now in time with everything that's actually in there. So stay tuned and check out the spread. Have an amazing night, guys, or day. I'll see you soon.